New and updated mods are out now for Farm Sim 22. In total, we got 20 mods today on the Mod Hub. All platforms got 5 new and 10 updates, and PC and Mac players got 1 new and 4 updates. In this video, we'll be looking at all the new ones, plus reviewing everything that got updated. And if you like staying up to date yourself with all the latest mods and news in Farm Sim, make sure you get subscribed. Otherwise, let's check out today's new mods. Starting off with new ones for all platforms, we have the map Fairhead. This is from Fast Farming and ES Agri, and as far as I can tell, this is the first map from Fast Farming, which is very, very exciting. This is a coastal map inspired by the real Fairhead in Northern Ireland and adapted for Farm Sim. The map features narrow roads with absolutely stunning views. They're very beautiful. Over 120 fields, primarily consisting of grasslands. As you could tell, it is suited for small to medium-sized machines that can navigate these twisty, small roads. So, over 100 custom 3D models on the map itself, 2 forestry areas, 2 lakes, 2 grain sell points. We have silage sell point, default growth plan, so you can see that right here, which is very, very cool. We also have custom lighting on here, custom foliage textures, and Northern Irish number plate. So if we jump in here real quick, we try and just buy something. Here we go. This will work perfectly fine for us. We can see we have our Northern Irish plates, I think. I'm not actually sure. I don't know what they look like, but nonetheless, there you go. That's what those look like. Taking a look at the PDA, we do have larger chunks. So do keep that in mind. You cannot buy the outside of the map, though it doesn't allow you to get to those points anyway. So everywhere you see this line on the outside is actually a block that keeps you from going any further. That's good. If you're going to do it that way. You did it right. The farm zone here are really nice. Dude, check this out. All completely modeled up, looking great. So where are we right now? Well, we are right above our main farm here. I believe there's a couple other farms around here as well, but this is the main one that you get when you start off. It's very, very nice. Speaking of equipment that we get when we start off with, we've got a Massey 6S and a 4710. We also have a Manitou MLT 737 and an old pickup truck. Everything else is equipment. So we've got a tipper, we've got a plow, a cultivator, we've got a power harrow, a seeder, we've got a sprayer, fertilizer spreader, manure spreader, slurry spreader. We've got some grassland care. We've got the grassland roller on there. We've got a rear mower, tedder, windrow, forage wagon, baby baler. We've got an animal feed mixer, we have a silo compactor, telehandler tools, low loader, and a weight. So there's so much here to get you going whenever you start off. It's not even funny. So definitely don't sleep on this. If you like the Northern Irish maps, definitely take a look at this. Next up, we have Buckland Farm, another map today. This is from MS Modding. Heads up, there are 3 required mods for this map, and unfortunately, they're all also from MS Modding. Seems like that could have been avoided. 3 farms. We have cows and sheep, goats. We also have one for pigs and one for horses. Lots of different sell points, 75 different size fields, multiple forestry, sawmill, UK themed areas, disturb simulations, use of UK Geo. So check that out. Here you go. We've got that. Disturb simulations, big name in the modding community. Oxygen David's grass textures, as well as custom lighting and new rye crops. Premium expansion DLC, everything works. So carrots, parsnips, and red beets, assuming that they are accepted at the sell point. So there is that. Cow capacity has been up to 500 heads, so that is wonderful. It's also a Groovile DLC pack updated for cross-platform. I'm not quite sure what would have been the problem with that, but hey, there's that if you need it. Taking a look at the PDA itself, here you go, and here is everything that we own. We do own the outside of the map, though they do have a really high boundary on there, so you really can't get out there even if you wanted to, but you can get to the areas inside the map, which is very nice, so at least there is that. Stuff that we own outright, it looks like we only own one area because everything else is on, so just this area with the red circle. If you're curious what that is your cow farm. So there is that. Lots of areas around through here. Let's jump over real quick just to be able to take a look. Here is your farm. Looks like we've got maybe some base buildings, but it looks like a lot of custom UK buildings, or maybe a few things that other modders have done, something like that. But quite a few different sets, very UK themed, I think is the point to be made here. As far as things that we get in new farmer mode, we've got a Finn Favorite 511, we also have the Massey 7715, and we have the Kloss Trion 720. Big combine harvester for the tractors that we get, but that is what it is. New Holland telehandler, as well as a pickup. We've got the Kloss trailer, header for that. I mean, hey, you get a 10.8 meter header for new farmer, rock and roll. Big cultivator, actually, on this one. How much horsepower is required? 320 horsepower. And how much does this have? 175. So you can't actually use this. Good luck. You also have a direct drill, which again, technically you can't use. It is what it is. Roller, we've got a mower, front and rear sets on there. Again, you're going to have a really tough time using that. Maybe picking some different starting equipment would have been better overall. Maybe a bigger tractor, maybe just smaller equipment. That's it for maps, so let's talk about some mods. And the first one is going to be the Demco special trailers from Hispano Modding. And if this looks cool to you, what's the smallest one? What do we have? 5, 10 axles, 8 axles, and then 6 axles on the smallest version. I think it's important to show off the largest one, but there are some differences. For example, we have bale auto loading, so we can hold between 28 and 52 bales on the smallest, 38 to 70 to 36 to 72 bales on the medium, and 44 to 88 bales on the largest. Those are going to be 180 to 240 centimeter bales. So let's take a look at the largest one here. Wheel brands, we have Continental. We can also change that up to a Michelin tire. Is there a better way we can get a better look at this? We also have Nokia tire on there, and the back end Continentals, we do have a couple different setups there if you want them. Auto load, yep, yeah, that's so cool. And the bale capacity for auto load, you can choose, which is very, very interesting. Just go with 88, doesn't cost you anything extra. Main color, we have basically all of the available colors, including Nitro Blue. If you guys don't know, Hispano Modding is very friendly with 82 Studio, and they've combined to put it together a really nice color palette for this. So that is super duper cool. We have Rim Protector Color. We'll change this up to a yellow. It's going to be your hub in the middle. We also have Reflective Side Colors. You can change that up. And then lastly, we have a rim color. We'll change that up to Tiffany Blue just to be what it is. This trailer is absolutely ridiculous. We're going to hook up to it and see what we can do with it. Let's see here. Remove ramps. So that is going to pull that out and plop them down. We even have a really nice sound bite there too. Boom, boom. Very, very cool. See, we have open cover. That's going to open up here on the side. Oh, is that going to do them all? Well, hey, very cool, man. And it even takes the back off. That's awesome. Let's go ahead and put that back on there. Let's see what else we've got here. So we have what looks to be an extension of some sort. Maybe that's on the truck itself? Oh, you know what? So if you're holding the left bumper and you're moving up and down or side to side, that's going to be your bale auto load, I believe. So that's showing even though you don't have any bales. Then we have the different wheel options. So it looks like the front half of the axles will come down or up. So we've got that if you need to. And then we have the rear axle. So we can actually raise the entire thing. If you've got just like an incredibly heavy load on there, you can do all of that, or you can drop them all around, depending on what you got going on. So let's drop that down just like so. Let's go ahead and fold up. There we go. Let's get that done, and we'll push all these wheels down. There we go. Oh yeah, and by the way, these things at the front can also be brought in and out, depending on what you're doing. Little detail, thought is worth mentioning. Now let's see what we get as far as wheels turning and things like that. I would expect every single wheel to turn, and it looks like that's what we're getting, minus the fact that the back of the truck's not on the ground. If you got a super heavy load on here, that's going to be very difficult to manage. But yeah, it looks like every single axle turns, which makes getting it out of places a bit of a breeze. Way too easy, man. Next, here's a treat. This is the Kramer KL 714 small tractor, 75 horsepower manual transmission, 90 liters of fuel. We got 15 mile per hour max speed on here. It weighs 4 tons. Now we could bump that up from 75 up to 100 horsepower if we want to, and we do. That's going to be the 6-cylinder. Wheel brands, we have Redstone. We also have a Michelin, Continental, Midas, BKT, Trelleborg, and back in again. We do have some other setups. So we have 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive, depending on what you are doing. But I'll be honest with you, I like the broadened Redstone 2-wheel drive. That's kind of my jam. Roof options, we have security roof. We've also got the Pico roof. And then we've got a fully enclosed. So you've got that if you want it, but I think we're just going to go with the security option on the top. Extras, we have standard, FH, which is going to be a front hydraulic or nothing. We're going to go no front hydraulic, I think, today. Chassis color, we could change up that. And then we have the main color as well. So we've got full customization of full control over pretty much every bit of color here, even the rims. You can change that too if you really want to. Let's get ourselves one of these. Let's put it in the game and see what we can do. We've got quite a few animations down there, looks like. Let's see. Gas is going to be there, although it looks like that's into the ground a little bit. So I'm not quite sure. I think the bit of it itself, you can see a little dot down there. I think that's just on its foot. Maybe missed that part. But as far as everything else goes, I mean, it's pretty sweet. Most things work just fine, which is very nice to see. Doesn't look like we could do anything to it. It's just a really cool tractor. And our last mod today for all platforms is going to be the Shed 1999. They say this is a small shed, ideal for storing smaller things. So that is very, very cool. We've also got a nice area upstairs, so let's go in here and see what kind of trouble we can get into. We've got an open area here that opens down to the bottom. We'll go around towards the front and engage with that. Let's see, hop down and take a look at all of this. Very cool, very cool. Let's open up one of these doors and say, does that no, this is just completely enclosed there. That is really cool. I am digging this shed, man. The doors look great. The brick, I love the different design here. Looks like some of the brick is kind of fallen off and had to be replaced with others or this or that. And again, we've got the open area right there. And we do have lights all the way around, so if you need them, you've got them. Super cool, man. Jumping over to our mod updates for all platforms. First one is Quickbale version 1004. They fixed the 150 centimeter hay bales being wrapped, fixed the wrong capacity on some 180 centimeter bales. Let's say fixed. They've added 24 configurations to mowing and baling contracts. In order to help players that use smaller scale feed mixers, they have made the 125 centimeter grass, hay, straw, and silage bales the same capacity as the standard 180 centimeter bales. They are still liftable and don't require any special trailers, and all the other fill types such as those from Maize Plus have remained at 10,000 liters. They also have a couple tips for us. They say to use the central hitch for transporting the bale trailer to field, unhitch before unfolding, then attach to one of the side hitches from the field work. Do the same to switch back for transporting away from the field. The other tip they've given us is if you start to make 150 centimeter or 180 centimeter bales but change your mind, the game will stick to the larger capacity when you switch to the lower capacity, which increases the capacity is fine, they say. To get around this, switch to the lower capacity, then reload your vehicle and it will show the correct percentage filled for the bale capacity that you want. Awesome update. Thank you, Mark. Next update for all platforms is going to be the Mascar Montana 600 version 106 fixed work function when folded. Next up, the Valentini Diablo series version 101 corrected AI and size error on both the models. The Agrisem Agromulch pack version number 2 added a new configuration and an update to the cow barn big with lizard Mixfeeder. This is version 101. It is Manure System ready, which is kind of unfortunate because console players don't have Manure System. Loose housing for cows also got an update to version 1.1, added possibility to add straw through a bale trigger, increase the animal capacity from 75 up to 125, that's great news, and increase the liquid capacity from 200,000 liters up to 250,000 liters, so you'll be able to hold a lot more liquid manure. Fertilizer tank pack was updated to version 1.2, added support for Manure System, snow has been added, they've revised the translations and added Polish translations. Next up, Salvage Hauls package version 1.2, added 3 decorations decoration halls for mappers where the fans rotate, and 2 bales and pallet storage has been added. All-in-one production from the Lord version 1.3. Excess goods can now be loaded into a trailer. This is nice because sometimes you have a little bit extra left over when you're making something in a production chain. Well, this allows you to take that out in loose literage. Pretty cool. And our last update for all platforms today is the Fruit Greenhouse version 1.5. They've added cotton upon community request, fixed problems when displaying potatoes and sugar beets in the greenhouse thanks to Looney Farm Guy, description adaptation to the current update, and recipe change for potatoes, sugar beets, and cotton. Jumping over to new ones for PC and Mac players, we have the paddle and telescopic bell lifters. This is a pack of 2 different sets we can hook up, as you can see, via a 3-point. This one will hold 2 bales. This is the telescopic bell lifter. They've got it as a lizard brand, which kind of makes me look at this and go, okay, something tells me this should have been on all platforms. However, for some reason, it is on PC. So, God, I don't know what's going on with that, but hey, it is what it is. Maybe there was a miscommunication, as sometimes that's the way that is. Well, of course, after I say something, Soleimani has posted that his pack of bale lifters was released on PC only. He's having trouble fixing an issue that only occurs in console testing, but it'll hopefully be out on consoles earlier next year sometime. And lastly today, let's talk about some updates for PC and Mac players. First one's going to be Manure System version 1.2. Fix game crash on exit if there's still a fill arm connected to a dock. Fix pumping from target if docking station is used. Fix contracting farms not being able to pump from or to production points. Added support for sandbox production points and placeable extended production point. They also added support for vanilla unloading and loading when AI is active, fixed a lure error when trying to sell pallets, and updated the translations. One of my favorite mods, the additional game settings version 1.2, fixed the error cannot load resource occurring when buying a stone collector, improved the lighting settings, improved date settings, and fixed problem with flashing fill indicator when changing camera. Through the years got updated, version 1001 fixed an issue with a new game without an existing save game directory, which caused the game to stop working. And your last mod today, we have Decrease Reverse Beep version 1005, multiplayer hotfix, a Lua error packet received. Well guys, that is it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like if you did, get subscribed if you do enjoy the DjGoHam fan. Make sure that notification bell's on as well, that way you never miss daily farming simulator videos here on the channel. Dropped a video in Sri Lanka earlier today showing harvesting cotton with a beet harvester. It was really interesting. Go check that out if you haven't seen it already. Otherwise, just hope you have an awesome rest of your day today. Enjoy these new mods. We'll see you later.